I'm the Director of Children's and Youth Ministry at Trinity United Methodist Church, Wilmette. And a few Sundays ago, on Palm Sunday, we did something really amazing with our community. Instead of having a regular traditional Palm Frond parade down the center aisle of the sanctuary, we had members of our community send in photos and videos of themselves waving plants, waving things that are green, waving sticks in their backyard, and together we created a video that really highlighted the creativity and the community, the connection between all of us. As a pastoral staff, we were so excited to see the ways that video and creativity and art can bring our community together and help us to see parts of one another's lives that we normally don't get to on a Sunday morning. So we've decided that an ongoing project that we're going to engage in is to have a community video and photo submission around a theme each week. To help us stay connected and to give ourselves another thing to look forward to on Sunday morning. This upcoming week, the first week, we wanted to see your pets because we know that during this time, your pet is probably one of the things keeping you sane. And if you're like me and you love your animals, you have about 9,000 photos that you have been at the ready to show anyone that will ask you about your pet because you love them so much. And I just want to let you know, I am so excited. Send them all to me. Send your dogs, send your cats, send your, if you have weird pets like chickens or ducks or snakes, cool, send them. I'm going to be making a video this week that will be ready for next Sunday so we can kind of see the ways that we are still connected as a church family, and that our furry friends who are definitely a part of our family and don't normally get to come to church can be seen by everyone. So we invite you to send photos and videos of pets that have passed on or pets that you currently have. You can send them to my email, ellen@trinitywilmette.org. You can find that email on the website if you forget, and it will be coming out in our e-news on Thursday. I need all of those photos and videos by Friday at 5-ish, maybe a little after that, but that gives me enough time to compile and create a video that looks like art, right? So we're really thankful for our community, and we are so excited to see all the cute furry friends, and maybe some different pets that surprise us. This morning for our children's message, you'll notice that it's a week after Easter, and I know that a lot of us are feeling some really big feelings about the ways that Easter kind of came and went, and we thought that the world would get fixed, and we still are called by God to live deep, joyful, fulfilling lives in light of the resurrection, and still in the middle of shelter in place, in the middle of our entire schedules and routines being completely thrown off. So I asked Winston this week what he was feeling, and Winston loves to keep reading his Bible. He loves, you'll see he has his journal. Sometimes when he's starting to feel afraid, he can just start to write it down, and for some reason that keeps it from spiraling kind of out of control. We start to kind of feel a little bit of guilt, right? We know we're supposed to be keeping positive and we're in this together, and the truth is that we are just more complicated than just being able to choose between optimism and pessimism. We see that happen in the Bible a lot, where people are going through some really tough times. And Jesus, even though he does heal and give miracles, Jesus also does people the service of loving them like God does. God, in true love for us, doesn't expect or force us to feel any sort of way or do any sort of thing. Someone or God who truly loves us allows us to be exactly as we are, as we show up that day, and holds us in that place, and lets us know that it's okay to be fully ourselves. Now, Winston and I do this by creating an actual space for ourselves. God gives us a spiritual space to be sad or mad or angry, and in that space God heals us, but sometimes we need a physical reminder of that. So Winston wanted to show you what he does. He has a space in our house that is his God space. And when he's in his God space in his corner of the couch, I know not to bother him or to turn the TV on too loud. And I allow him to be exactly as he is. And Winston uses this time to journal, he has his toilet paper here. Sometimes he's dressing up in his mummy costume. He has his favorite snack. He loves peanut butter sandwiches. He has his favorite snack in his space. And Winston takes his time to allow himself to offer all those negative feelings back to God. Because God is not interested in making Winston feel happy when he's not. God is interested in healing us and helping us to hold all these big feelings that we're feeling. So together, something that Winston and I wanted to share with you guys is one little way that if you make your own space that has your God stuff in it, that you can try on your own. This is a spiritual practice called prayer breathing. Sometimes we don't have words for God, and that is okay. Sometimes we can get really wrapped up in what it means to have to say the right thing or say the Lord's Prayer or say something that we've memorized. And the truth is that God just wants to be with us. And sometimes that conversation is just a breath. So when we are getting stuck in some negativity that's making us feel overwhelmed and scared, something that Winston and I like to do is to take 3 big breaths together. And one of the ways that you can kind of see how your body is feeling is to put one hand over your heart and one hand on your stomach, and to take 3 big breaths. And when you do this, you'll notice that either your chest is rising or that your stomach is going in and out, or sometimes it's kind of a combination of the two. But what's happening is that when we are calm and in prayer and we have taken enough breaths, our breaths will be down in our belly. They'll be big belly breaths. And when we are feeling scared and overwhelmed, we'll hold all of our shoulders up, and a lot of our air will come in through just our chest. And so you can kind of check on yourself. You can kind of hold yourself and take some big breaths. We can even have, Winston has very short arms, but he can try, right? One on his chest and one on his tummy. And we're going to take 3 big breaths, and we're going to see if we can kind of focus on turning all 3 of those breaths into big belly breaths. Are you ready? And the magic number isn't 3. Sometimes it takes way more than that to calm ourselves and to really focus on how our body is feeling. But it's in these moments where we sit with ourselves and we just notice where our breath is, we notice what our feelings are, we write them down, we eat a snack and just take a break from feeling and thinking through all the things that are making us scared, that God helps to heal us. God is with us, and God loves you just as you are. You don't have to feel guilty about not being positive all the time. I know that for my friends that are trying to do e-learning and have had all of their different activities canceled or rescheduled or turned to virtual, that this can be a really overwhelming time. And I want you to know that even though it's overwhelming, and even though it doesn't exactly make sense, that this is a confusing time, that you are still safe and you are still loved by God. No matter how you feel or how you act or how much e-learning you get done or how many productive art projects you do. Sometimes it is okay just to take a breath and take a break. We're going through something really hard together, and God is with us in it. And that's the good news. Stay